running toward. Girlie, where are you going? I would use say bolt out of there, like. Oh my gosh. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Not So Lackadaisical podcast. And today we're going to be reacting to the creepiest Reddit story. So let's get into it. I once worked with a would-be killer. Ooh, okay. We're starting off scary. My first post was removed because I included the news article in it. Sorry, mod team, I thought it would count because it did involve a personal experience rather than just to talk about a news article. But it won't happen again. Oh, so it kind of was that serious. Back in 2021, I worked with a gentleman that was seemingly nice. That's always how they start out. Polite, generous, and laid back. He would later go on to violently murder his co-worker, roommate, and dismember his body. I had always felt something really off about this person. Another thing was the way his eyes and demeanor would change would involve something he disliked. There was a few times he would give me this intense stare as he would scoot his body closer into my personal space. Back up, buddy, but back up, back up, back up. I would get very standoff when he did that and spoke up to him about it. As nice as he was, generally gave me the creeps as well to other coworkers. He was eventually let go for stalking one of them. I saw the article about what he did and have been feeling very unsettling tonight since. No matter how someone acts, heed whatever warning sounds off, even if you can't place why you have those alarms. That's honestly creepy. Like thinking you know someone, but you don't really know them that much if they murdered somebody. But that's scary. The fact that she would sometimes confront this dude, like, that could have been you. You could have been dead. I'm sure that question's like ringing at the back of her head, but it's good that she always trusts herself. And she's like, something's off about this dude. Like, maybe, like, still, like, gosh, that is very disturbing. Oh my gosh. Let's check out the comments. Someone said, did you ever get a bad vibe from this guy? The reason I ask is because I worked with a 16-year-old kid named Chris years ago, and he ended up killing his grandparents.
Damn!
Oh my gosh, is everyone a killer now? I always got a bad vibe from him. He walked around trying to be overly polite and always had a big smile, but his eyes didn't match the smile. They were cold and dead. I never liked him, and he stole a bunch of money from my purse, so there's that too. He gave off bad juju. I've been stealing money from your purse is like the best reason ever, but like, how bad do you have to be to kill your own grandparents? Like, that is crazy. Okay, the OP replied to this one and said, yes, that's exactly how it was. Politeness, seemingly easygoing, seemingly generous, but it was something about his eyes and the way he would sometimes just stare. This weird stare while encroaching into personal space. When it was downtown, I did not like being alone in the break room with him. Would anyone want to be alone with this dude? I mean, not. Like, that is honestly creepy and terrifying. Like, oh, gosh. If you ever get a bad vibe from anyone, trust yourself. Well, like 9 times out of 10, your gut is right. I witnessed something I'm literally sick over. Oh, well. So I was stupid and went to an acquaintance friend's apartment that is technically a neighbor. I walked in and immediately noticed all the smoke in the air and a little boy sitting on the couch in the midst of it. What? The acquaintance of mine, I'll call L, and the dad R, started smoking illegal substances and I was immediately uncomfortable. This was in front of the child. R hit the kid a couple of times and I said, please don't do that. He laughs at me. I spent some time with the boy. He was so excited to show me his toys and stuff. I had to get out of there and the boy grabbed my hand and begged me not to leave. I told him I'd be back. I feel so bad for lying. I got home and told a couple of people and they told me to stay out of it. Okay, what? You hear about this one kid getting abused and stuff and you're basically telling your friends to stay out of it when she's bringing in the concerns you have. What? Like, that's actually like... Okay, whatever. I reported to a child abuse hotline. I'm afraid of the repercussions because it's obvious it was me who told. I'm so sick about it, I can't sleep. And thank you all so much for the support. It means a whole lot. I am afraid, but I feel so much better with you all backing me. R also called the boy horrible names, like some of you mentioned. It's probably much worse when they're alone. I will pursue my call and make sure the boy is helped. Just know I appreciate all of your comments so much. Love y'all. Attitude. It was meth, not weed. The smoke in the air was weed, but they started smoking meth, which is what I was referring to.
Bombastic side eye. criminal offensive side eye.
I'm scared for her because, like, I knows it was her. But the fact that he would hit the child in front of her, which means, like, worse things go on behind the scenes when no one is around, because if he's comfortable hitting the child in front of people he hasn't even met, like, oh my gosh, then worse things must be happening behind the scenes. Like, abusing your child is just something like that you don't stand for. Like, why have a kid if you do not want to treat the kid right? Like, what the flip? Someone said if CPS does nothing, just call the police and report the house as a house where drugs are being sold. And make sure to mention children are there too. That way they don't go in so aggressively. The child will be hurt, they will remove the child, and CPS will have no choice but to take him, because the parents are arrested. Honestly, that is true. If CPS does nothing, call the cops and force CPS to do something about it, because that way the child will be at least safer. Make sure to always lock your doors. 23-year-old guy here. I live in a pretty safe neighborhood and usually always lock my doors. What are you talking about, usually? I don't care how safe your neighborhood is, you should always be locking your doors, okay? Like, what? But let's get back to it. Last night I apparently didn't. It was not too long after I had taken my dogs out for the last time and was turning off the TV and lights when one of my dogs started growling. Not too weird, since he sometimes does that when people walk by the house. He only does it to certain people, not everyone. I then heard the front door open and someone walk in. My dog then started barking. My other dog, who loves all people, came running from the other room to greet our guest. At the same time, I was reacting to what was happening and went, "What the F? Who are you?" Standing in the hall was a guy in his mid to late 20s. He was skinny and tall. Oh wait, I don't think I'm in the right place. He genuinely seemed confused. I replied with, "Hell no you aren't, please get out." He apologized and said he was coming to hang out with a friend and just accidentally went to the wrong place. I asked him what house he was looking for, and he said a number that was a few couple numbers off from mine. He apologized again and left. He seemed nice and not threatening, but I was kinda spooked. Of course you would be. A random stranger just broke into your house. Kinda your fault because you left the door open, but like, what? Like, that is creepy. Okay. This morning, I was ready to laugh the whole thing off. I was planning on telling my neighbor, a couple in their 30s, what happened. I don't know them all too well, but we have talked before. Luckily, I talked with one of them when I was taking my dogs down. I didn't want to come off like I was mad or scared of what happened, so I casually said, "I'm sure he told you about it, but your friend paid me a surprise visit last night." My neighbor gave me this confused look and said, "What are you talking about?" "Your friend, he walked into my house last night thinking it was your place." My neighbor was quiet for a second and then said, "I don't want to alarm you, but I have no idea what you're talking about. We didn't have a friend over last night." Oh, that is genuinely creepy. That dude, he could have been stalking you or something. He could have been trying to rob your house or something. Like, oh my gosh. Luckily, nothing bad happened to this dude, but like, that is scary. I hope he starts locking his door. But the things that man could have done if the person was sleeping, like, it's just scary and terrifying. Like, lock your doors. I don't care if your neighborhood is safe, but like that, oh my gosh. Like that, it could have gone so badly. Okay, someone commented, "My friend did this once, accidentally forgot to lock the door, and it resulted in a weird slash scary night. Both her and her 3 kids were sick, so they were sleeping downstairs in the living room. Her husband was upstairs in an attempt to avoid getting sick. Anyways, she said all of a sudden she felt someone crawl onto the air mattress and lay down next to her." Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I started having a panic attack. After a second or two, she realized it was a stranger and she began to scream and go towards her kids. Oh my gosh. Who in their right mind would do something like that? Oh my gosh. No, because that's actually freaking weird and terrifying. Like, what? You break into a house and you lay down next to a girl and her kids. Oh my. Like, what? Like, I'm gonna continue the story. After a second or two, she realized it was a stranger and she began to scream and go towards the kids. The guy got up shirtless, if memory serves, and began apologizing like crazy. He was shirtless too, dude. Get out. I don't need your apology. Just like get out. Like what? Her husband flew down the stairs and had hands on the guy within seconds. Okay. Green flag husband, okay? He turns out he was coming home from Summerfest, a music festival, and he was very intoxicated and terrified. She said he wasn't a big guy and really did seem genuinely lost. He explained that he is very drunk and his friend's house must be a house or two down, and he's not a killer. He apologized to the kids for scaring them and to my friend again, then said he was gay and would never harm anyone and to please not call the cops. He was really embarrassed. They didn't call the cops and the guy left, but can you imagine someone going in bed with you? Haha, lock your doors, folks. Okay, no, not haha, like, actually lock your freaking doors. Like, that is terrifyingly creepy. Like, what? Imagine you're trying to sleep, you're laying down, and then a dude crawls and lays down next to you, and it's the dude you've never met, and he broke into your house because you left it unlocked. Like, lock your freaking doors. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The hardest. Oh my gosh. Like, that is terrifying. That is. Guys, remember to always lock your doors. Like, if you did not learn a single thing from this, lock your doors. Unless you want to be in another episode of like a crime show or something. A suspicious car followed us home. What can we do? Wait, what? First off, what were you doing and why would you go home if like a suspicious car was following you? Like, that's the one thing you should never do. You should always just drive to like the cops or something and like you think someone's following you or trying to lose them or something. Okay, it starts off with, "Hey everyone, I'm posting here because something really unsettling happened recently, and I'd appreciate any advice or thoughts. I also don't want to go too specific with the location details, so I'm just saying the general area. On the night of April 28, 2025, my mom and I were walking home from dinner in Victoria, BC, around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We don't have a car, so we were walking along the side of the road when a white SUV type vehicle showed up. It is always a white car, a white truck, a white van. It's always white. I'm not sure why, but you always get kidnapped in a white car or white vehicle. It's always a white vehicle, like. Actually, it's most of the time it's a white vehicle, but other times it's like a black vehicle, but it's always white. Most of the time, like 85% of the time, it's always a white vehicle. Like, I don't know why that is. Okay. When a white SUV type vehicle showed up behind us, we moved over to let it pass, but instead it stayed right behind us, inching along slowly. As soon as that happened, we were a little freaked out. Continuing when we turned onto the main street near our home. The vehicle turned with us and parked across the street. The driver didn't exit or turn the car off. He just sat there. It made us uncomfortable, and instead of going straight home, we waited for the bus and took that to avoid revealing where we lived. Okay, that is smart, that is smart, that is smart. Over an hour later, we returned. The SUV was still there, now turned off and empty. As we passed it on foot and were coming close to our home, we were kind of behind this van parked in front of our place, so we couldn't really see the driver get back in or where he came from. We heard the car unlock and start up again. We were super freaked out, so we stayed hiding behind the van. At this point, I had mentioned to my mom that if we ducked down slightly, the driver wouldn't be able to see us go into our home. So we did that, and I made the mistake of turning off our porch light and turning it back on. A minute after that, the car drove away, and since then, we haven't had any problems. Please note that we've had suspicious behavior before, like my bike getting stolen from our backyard, and even people going into our backyard at night. Additional note, it was a white male, like over 50 years old, with dark gray hair, short but slightly overgrown. I also saw his side profile, but he looked overweight with a weird face, no beard or glasses, and from the looks of it, he was wearing a t-shirt, not sure of the color. About the car, white SUV type, maybe Jeep, not like the big vans, but like a regular stubby car. Looked like a really nice model and probably more on the expensive side. Thick black front grille, like the heavy bar of Jeeps, or orange headlights, very quiet engine, so it could possibly be a hybrid or electric. And I specifically remember seeing he had a document piece of paper on the dashboard sitting up. And I don't remember anything about the license plate. If anyone has any advice on the information I provided, that would be amazing. I'm really looking for an answer if this was truly someone following us and if we could possibly be being stalked. or if we are being dramatic. Any deets about the what type of card that it was would be amazing. Thanks. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention that I didn't end up looking at articles if there were any weirdos in the past in our area, and there was like one article 1 to 2 years ago about a lurker ending up in people's backyards following people. First of all, that is creepy. That is really dangerous. Like, why would a person be following you like that? And it's good, like, that they went on a bus to try to avoid the situation, but it's honestly sad, like, they still got caught. But oh my gosh, that could have went so badly, and I hope nothing else happens to them. This post was made like a month ago, and I hope they're safe now still. Someone commented down, that's incredibly suspicious. The guy knows that there are two women living at your place. I get security cameras. If you have something like Alexa or Google Home, I connect them to that so that lights alarm can go on, off when motion is detected. I suggest this to all women who spend time home without a male present. Honestly, like, I feel like if you do that, it might get stolen. Like, since she said people sometimes steal stuff from their backyard, I kind of want to be safe, but still, it's a carrot too. Someone said, we have motion lights, thankfully, but not security cameras. I'll see what we can do. Okay, that's good. Honestly, like, get cameras. Like, that is terrifying. You never want to be in that situation. A man chased me and my friends at 3 a.m. Hi, everyone. I've had a few encounters with creepy people in my life, and this is just one of many. Oof, she has bad luck. I apologize as I'm not very good at writing. July 18, female at the time. We're out with my friends drinking in random fields. We had such a fun time. There were around 10 of us. We were up in a wooded area as we didn't want any weirdos coming up to us out in the open area after a long night. We all decided to head home. By this time, it was around 2 to 3 in the morning. Oh my gosh, how late were you up? Like, that is really late to be outside. Like, if you're at your house, I understand, but like 2 to 3 in the morning, at night, out on a walk, that is dangerous, especially if you're a woman. Like, so many bad things happen during those times. After a long walk, it got to a point where a few of us had to go take a different route to go to our houses. We all lived in a small town, so the walk wasn't very long. After a few of our friends had separated, it left me and my two other friends to walk home in our own group. We got to a point where we crossed the road to a bus stop. Inside the bus stop, there was a man. Oh, I feel like this is when it's gonna start getting bad. He was wearing those balaclavas. I don't know what balaclavas. I don't know how you pronounce that, so I'm just gonna call it blah blah blah. He was wearing those blah blah blahs and a gray tracksuit on and smoking something. I live in the UK, so his dress attire wasn't exactly new to me. Once me and my friend had crossed the street, I looked behind me. I was confused as to why someone was stood by a bus station at 2:30-ish a.m. Buses in our area stop at 12 a.m. Okay, what are you doing there? We kept on walking when I heard him growl at us. Yes, growl. What the And we were starting to sober up by this time, so we were like, what the Girlie, me too, like, why are you growling like okay, I don't know how to do it. Like, it's gonna be like book talk. Like when they like he growled at me. Like, oh wait, I should stop making fun of this because like growling. It's honestly like interesting thing to do. You freaking stalker. We started walking a little faster because who the growls at a bunch of random people? Maybe he's trying to be funny, I don't care, but like, anyways, I looked behind me and noticed he was quite literally running toward a girl. I would use say bolt out of there, like, girl, run. Like, become a track star, like, I don't know. Why the flip is he running? Like, the way that I'd be dead, like, I'd be running my butt off. No, cause like, that's low-key kind of scary, like, what the flip? What the actual? So I whispered to my friends, guys, run. This guy's literally coming towards us at full speed. We froze for a second because we didn't want to make it obvious we were scared. Dude, he's running at you. Make it obvious. I don't care. You're already exposed. Like, run. Okay, I start running and they all follow and run with me. Run. After about 1 minute of running, we turn into an alleyway and hide behind someone's bush fence. We stay there for about 3 minutes trying to collect our breath from running. Girl, I'd be tired too. Like, that's why you gotta get on the treadmill like every single day. Okay. After that, we never saw him again. Maybe he lost track of us. Who knows? He probably didn't. Either way, it was definitely creepy and really just weird. I don't know what we should have done or if we made the right decision to run like that, but like I said, this isn't the first time I've experienced being chased at late hours of the night. Girlie, where are you going to be chased every single time at late hours? Like, girlie, how are you still alive? The fact that this is not your first time being chased. I think you should stop staying that late if you're going outside. Like, stay at your house somewhere where you're safer. Because even your house isn't in your place. Like, people break in all the time and do some stuff. So, like, but still, that's safer. Like, gosh. Someone commented, obviously you did the right decision to run and shake him. Joking or not, it's not very funny to scare people like he did. And the OP said, yeah, I do agree. No idea as to why he didn't. Maybe his intention was just to scare the out of me. Innocent people that night. Like, oh, like, what gives you the idea that you should just growl at like a couple of random strangers and then after that proceed to chase them? Especially if there's like girls right there, like, you do not know the panic that goes into like our heads when like we're walking out at night and like what the flip is wrong with this dude? Like, if I catch you, Ricky, actually nah. If you catch me, I might lose that fight, but like, this is why I should not be staying out at late hours, okay? I don't care if you live in a safe neighborhood, okay? Bad things happen all the time. Bad things happen everywhere, so always be safe. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time, and bye.